What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to Cowboys News TV, where we dive into the latest news, updates, and in-depth analysis of all things Dallas Cowboys. I'm Dave, your host, and today, we're going to break down some fiery words from none other than Cowboys cornerback Jourdan Lewis. He's not holding back, and you shouldn't either, so, before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and help us reach our goal of 12,000 subscribers. Your support means the world to us, and we can't do it without you. Now, let's talk about what's going on in Frisco. The Cowboys are officially at a crossroads, with their second loss of the regular season, this time at the hands of the Baltimore Ravens. That also marks their third straight loss at home. What's causing all this turmoil? Jourdan Lewis has some thoughts, and he's pointing to a major issue: the Cowboys' run defense. The team allowed a whopping 464 rushing yards in the past 2 games alone. If that doesn't sound the alarm, I don't know what will. And that's not all. According to Lewis, it's not about talent, it's about the details. He's frustrated, even angry, and he's letting everyone know it's time for this team to buckle down. He says, "We've got to be detailed, this is about us stopping people." That's just what it is. He's calling for accountability on every play, for all 60 minutes of football. Cowboys Nation, do you agree with Lewis? Drop a comment below and let us know if you think this issue is more about the players' focus and execution, or if there's something bigger at play. And while you're at it, hit that like button if you believe this team can turn things around. Your opinion counts, and we want to hear from you. So what's really the core problem here? Well, Lewis isn't blaming the talent on the roster. Instead, he's blaming the lack of detail on a practice-to-practice and play-by-play basis. This is a team sport, after all, and even the smallest slip-ups in preparation or focus can have huge consequences on game day. Lewis is a veteran in his 8th season, and he's seen it all, playing under 4 different defensive coordinators and dealing with all kinds of adversity. He knows what it takes to win in the NFL, and according to him, it all comes down to how seriously the team takes the little things. Now, this is where things get interesting. Lewis' frustration is boiling over just before a Thursday night football matchup with the New York Giants. The Cowboys can't afford to let their problems continue, and while they have the talent to dominate, the details that have cost them games could easily show up again in Week 4. As Lewis put it, "It don't matter who we play, anybody can beat us." What do you think, Cowboys fans? Are the Giants the perfect bounce-back opportunity for the Cowboys, or do you see more trouble ahead if the defense doesn't tighten up? Cast your vote in the comments section. We want to know how you feel about this upcoming game. As Lewis said, everybody's good in this league. It's the details that make you different. Those details are the key to success, and right now, they're the reason the Cowboys are struggling. Lewis is not only talking about it, he's living it. He plays every rep like his hair is on fire, and now he's calling for the same effort from everyone else on the team. The message is clear: practice like you play. We've got to ask, do you think Lewis is right? Are the Cowboys failing because of their lack of focus on the details, or is this something bigger? Let us know your thoughts, and while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer to 12,000 subscribers, and with your help, we'll get there even faster. Now, let's shift focus to how the Cowboys plan to handle the Giants on a short week. Will they make the necessary adjustments in time? The Giants might not seem like a major threat, but as Lewis pointed out, anybody can beat us if the Cowboys don't fix their issues. The Giants are looking for a win just as badly, and you can bet they'll target Dallas' biggest weakness, the run defense. This is where the Cowboys need to step up big time. But will they? We want to hear from you, Cowboys Nation. What's your confidence level heading into Thursday's game? Are you expecting a bounce-back win, or are you worried we'll see the same mistakes again? Sound off in the comments, and don't forget to vote in our community poll about how the Cowboys should adjust their defensive strategy. As we wrap things up, let's remember one thing: this team has the potential. There's no doubt about the talent on this roster, but as Lewis said, it's the details that make the difference in the NFL. Until the Cowboys commit to getting those right, it's going to be the same old story. Now, let's talk about what Jerry Jones had to say. The Cowboys owner and general manager is not happy with how the season has unfolded over the past 2 weeks, especially after the team's latest defeat at the hands of the Baltimore Ravens. In fact, he's downright disappointed. After dropping Week 2 to the New Orleans Saints, Jones promised improvements, but those changes are still in the wind, as he put it. And with the Cowboys staring down a short week ahead of their matchup with the New York Giants, the pressure is on. The Cowboys' Week 3 performance was marred by familiar problems. The defense couldn't contain Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry, and the offense continued to struggle, particularly in the red zone. It's a pattern that Cowboys fans have seen too often, with promising drives derailed by untimely penalties and a costly fumble by CeeDee Lamb. Jones summed it up perfectly, saying, "It just seemed like we couldn't get out of our own way." It's a reminder of the harsh reality of football. Small mistakes can lead to big losses. But here's the thing, there's a silver lining in all of this. Despite the rough start, the Cowboys showed life in the fourth quarter, and Jerry Jones is choosing to focus on that. In all 3 phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams, the Cowboys came alive. They scored 3 touchdowns, recovered an onside kick, and forced Baltimore off the field on multiple third downs. The late-game surge nearly handed the Ravens one of the biggest collapses of the season. The Cowboys needed just one more stop to complete the comeback, but unfortunately, they fell short. Still, Jones sees this as a momentum shift that could carry the team forward. "They can take some of what they showed out at the end of that game and we can go forward with that," Jones said. He's right, the Cowboys scored more points in the fourth quarter than in the previous 3 games combined. And while it's heartbreaking to come so close and still lose, there's hope that the confidence built in the fourth quarter could help turn things around. What do you think, Cowboys Nation? Are you hanging your hat on that fourth quarter effort like Jerry is? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button if you're still holding out hope that the Cowboys can bounce back in Week 4. Now, Jerry Jones isn't sugarcoating anything. He knows there's a lot of work to do. As he put it, "We got outplayed today." He's disappointed, no doubt about it, but he's also expecting the team to get better. The Cowboys are now 1 game behind the Philadelphia Eagles with 14 regular season games left, so there's still plenty of time to fix things. But the key is to start fixing them now, especially with playoff seeding, and even the Cowboys' playoff hopes, potentially on the line. Jones acknowledged that the team has a short week ahead of them, but he's looking to build off the fight the Cowboys showed in the fourth quarter. "It takes something to come back and give that kind of effort at the end," he said. And he's hanging his hat on that effort. So, as we move forward to the matchup against the Giants, the question is, will the Cowboys build on their fourth quarter performance? Can they clean up the mistakes that plagued them in the first 3 quarters and finally put together a complete game? Cowboys Nation, we want to hear from you. Do you think the Cowboys can use this late-game push as a turning point? Will they get back on track against the Giants, or are you concerned about more of the same issues cropping up? Drop a comment below and join the conversation. As always, we're going to keep you updated with the latest news and analysis here on Cowboys News TV, so make sure you're subscribed and tuned in. The season is far from over, and with a little luck and a lot of hard work, the Cowboys can still turn things around. Let's see how they respond on Thursday night against the Giants. Until next time, stay strong, Cowboys Nation, and go Cowboys!